John Wayne Gacey was born on March 17, 1942, in Chicago. He had an abusive childhood and struggled with his sexuality. Gacey and his siblings grew up with a drunken father who would beat the children with a razor strap if they misbehaved. His father would not only assault them, but his wife as well. Gacey's sisters said they eventually learned to take the beatings and he wouldn't cry. In school, he was unable to socialize with other kids because of a congenital heart condition. When he realized he was attracted to men, he experienced great turmoil over this. In his early adult life, he was well liked in the community and worked as a clown for children's parties.
John Wayne Gacey was an infamous serial killer for the way that he killed. He often dressed up as his alter ego, Pogo the Clown. He lured his victims with the promise of construction work and then captured, sexually assaulted, and eventually strangled them with a rope. He would wrap a rope around, tie a knot around the neck, and then use a pin to twist around and strangle the boys. The first victim died in 1972 and the last in 1978, only 10 days before Gacey's arrest. From December 1978 through January 1979, the police teared through the floors of Gacey's home to discover 28 of the 33 victims buried underneath. He killed young men from ages 14 to 22. He would draw up a map of where the bodies were buried in the crawlspace and even where he dumped the 5 bodies in the Des Plaines River.
Gacey's trial began on February 6, 1980, with a prosecution team headed by William Kunkel. Because Gacey confessed to the crimes, the arguments on each side were focused on whether he could be declared mentally insane and not receive the death penalty. Gacey had told police that the murders had been committed by an alternate personality, while mental health professionals testified for both sides about Gacey's mental state. While imprisoned at the Menard Correctional Center, Gacey took up visual art. His paintings were shown to the public via an exhibition at a Chicago gallery. His work is still auctioned off today, including I'm Pogo the Clown and They Call Me Mr. Gacey. Although he maintained his innocence, he was found guilty in 1980 and given multiple death penalties and life sentences. In 1994, he was executed by lethal injection. Gacey was ultimately found guilty of committing 33 murders, and he became known as one of the most vicious serial killers in U.S. history.